guys, so today I thought I'd talk about micellar cleansing water, my favorites, and a few that I didn't like so much. So I've got a lot of favorites, and there's just a handful of ones I didn't like, mainly for the same reasons for most of them. So anyway, micellar cleansing waters can be great. They were kind of really created for people with harder water when water wasn't super clean and pure, and it's just a nice, easy way to remove makeup and things without having to have a faucet. So if you're like camping or something, these are great for that, or travel and things like that. So in my opinion, if at all possible, it's always gonna be best if you can rinse off what you've done, if possible. If not, it's still much better than going to sleep with sunscreen and makeup and all the stuff on your face, the foundation things. It's always better to remove with a micellar cleanser. If you can rinse it, that's great. Most formulas now are super gentle. You don't necessarily need to rinse it to avoid irritation. But if you can rinse it off, it's just better because you just, any traces, and they use such mild detergent, so it's not going to irritate your skin. But if you can rinse it, if possible, that's the way to do it. Or just rub a wet washcloth off after you cleanse with it. So anyway, so for very stubborn makeup, that's the other thing, like waterproof mascara or very stubborn sunscreens, I still recommend doing a 2-step cleanse in the evening. But if you're not using anything too stubborn or, you know, waterproof mascara or anything, a micellar cleanser is going to be just good. So micellar cleansers contain micelles, which are small molecules that pull dirt and impurities from your skin with very mild detergents. Most of the ones I'm going to mention are ones you don't necessarily need to rinse off. So they're like a differently marketed kind of a toner with a little bit of a detergent in it. So mild detergent. So most of these are gentle enough that you don't need to rinse them, especially like the Bioderma ones. The biggest ingredient they contain is a lot of humectants. So for the most part, those are going to be very, very gentle. So for micellar cleansers, you can just pour them on like this, a makeup remover. What is it? The makeup eraser. You could pour some on this or a washcloth and remove it, and then dampen the other side of the washcloth with water afterwards. A lot of brands now are selling like reusable cotton pads, which like this was one Paula's Choice has, and they contain these. And after you use them, here's the laundry bag. Stick them in your laundry. Wonderful. Purito has them. A lot of brands now have these. So check online for these. Or you can just use a regular cotton pad. And some people just use their hands. They pour the micellar cleanser on their hands, smooth it over, and they're good. So you don't necessarily need to use a cotton pad every single time. You can, but these are wonderful, especially like just a washcloth, like a microfiber towel or something like that. Wonderful. Wonderful for using. And the best part is then you can put a little bit of water on. You don't need to bend over in the sink. So, because I know a lot of people, well, not a lot. There's a few of us that have talked online that one of them always is using cleansing wipes because she has a hard time bending over in the sink. I kind of have the same issue with my back. But this is just wonderful for that. Because then you can just dampen it to rinse it off at the end and you're good. So, those are some ways to do it. Okay. So it's great, like I have very hard water where I am, and I've always grown up with very hard water. So some of these are nicer and more gentle on your skin than using the super mineral hard water. Okay, so my favorites. Okay, so first off, the Bioderma Sensibio Makeup Removing Micellar Solution. This has been a repurchase several times. I really like this one. It's super gentle. It has no fragrance. It's got cucumber in it and then a lot of sugar-based humectants, and I think the common cleaning ingredient they use is citromonium bromide. So this one is very gentle, so I don't necessarily feel like it's one you have to rinse off, but if you can, it's always going to be nothing wrong with that. So that one is a really nice one. It's pretty affordable as well, and it's really available everywhere. So I will link to it below at Target. Really easy to pick up. Okay, this next one I really like. It's a little bit more expensive. It's the Then I Met You Living Sea Cleansing Toner. This one is almost like a combination of a micellar cleanser and a toner, which is what a lot of these kind of are, because it contains a lot of other good ingredients: licorice extract, papaya extract, hyaluronic acid, Seaberry oil. It also contains witch hazel, so depending on how you feel about that. I didn't find this to be drying in the least. And I really do like using this one after cleansing, or sometimes if I'm kind of lazy and I do a one-step cleanse, then I use this as my next step, because then I feel like it just removes anything else that's left over. So very nice. It is a little bit expensive. How many ounces are it? Six ounces. So it's expensive compared to the rest of these. So keep that in mind. But it is kind of a 2-in-1 almost. But anyway. Okay, next up we've got the Simple Kind to Skin Unscented Micellar Cleansing Water. So the first time I picked this up was the smaller size, and now I've got the 13-ounce size because I liked it. Simple ingredient list. Panthenol's in here, vitamin E. Let's see. I think they use the cetrimonium chloride, as well as, let's see, tetrasodium and citric acid. Otherwise, we've got some basic other ingredients, and chamomile's in here as well. So this one is probably going to be the best deal and works really great. So it's really affordable, and the bottle's gigantic. So I'll link to this at Target. I'm not sure what's up with the Simple brand. I can never keep track what's going on with them, because it seems like they come out with these products and I never see them again. So I don't know. Maybe I know they're popular in other countries, so maybe that's what's going on. But anyway, this one's been around for a while at least. So okay, next up, another one from Bioderma, the Pigmentbio Brightening Micellar Water. So the main brightening ingredient that they've added in here is azelaic acid. This one is also fragrance-free. It's also pretty gentle in terms of ingredients. I think they use that same kind of formula, cetrimonium bromide. And then we've also got tons of the humectants, mannitol, xylitol, fructose, things like that. So for brightening, it's not going to be like the best, most exciting brightening product you've ever used, but I love azelaic acid, so I can't get enough of the stuff. So this one's a nice alternative. Although, to be honest, I think it's way more expensive than like the regular version. So it might not necessarily be worth that much. But I think I picked this one up at Feel Unique. So check it out. Feel Unique is owned by the Hut Group, and I'm not a big fan of them, but anyway, a lot of other overseas sites sell Bioderma. Care2beauty.com is another one. So anyway. Okay, next up, another one that's supposedly brightening is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water with vitamin C. The vitamin C they use is Ascorbyl Glucoside, which it's a vitamin C derivative. It doesn't have a ton of studies on it. Take it or leave it. I mean, for the additional brightening, for me, I didn't notice any extra brightening, but a little bit of Ascorbyl Glucoside never hurt anyone, and it's still pretty gentle, and it's really, really affordable. So Garnier has a whole ton of them. Micellar cleansers, I've tried most of them, and they're all, the original version's really nice too. This one was great. They're all wonderful. So keep that in mind. Okay, next up, not a fangirl of this brand so much anymore, but it's still a good product, the Drunk Elephant E-Rase Micellar Water, which, okay, I think they came out with this because when they first launched Drunk Elephant, they had all these things. You don't need this. You don't need this. You don't need to use this. Toners. You don't need to use toners. So they've released everything. They've got eye creams, cleansers, sunscreen. They've got everything that you could want. So they kind of talked themselves into a corner. So instead of releasing a toner, they released a micellar water, which isn't a toner, but kind of a toner. But anyway, so they can't just release a toner because when they first came out, they said people don't need a toner. It's just an extra step. So anyway, so now I've got this wonderful micellar water, it's nice. Ceramides in here, vitamin E, obviously Marula Oil's in here. It's going to be probably the most expensive of this entire list. So take it or leave it. It's a nice micellar cleansing toning product. Not a must-have, but it is a good one, and I like the fact that it has no fragrance in it, so that's always nice. Okay, next up, we got 4 more favorites. I know, this is going to be a long video. I don't know. Got 4 more favorites. So this next one, you got to shake it. The Paula's Choice Gentle Touch Makeup Remover with Aloe, Green Tea, Bisabolol. This is one I found I like to rinse off because it kind of leaves a little bit of a residue, but I still like it. It's very efficient. I think I've repurchased it. I think I went through one of them, and then I think I got the second one free or something. So anyway, so I guess I went through one, and I guess I didn't repurchase it because I got it for free. But anyway, I got a second of them. Whatever. Anyway, so it's a nice one, but it is one you'll want to rinse. Okay, next up, we've got the Versed Baby Cheeks 4-in-1 Toner, which they call this a do-it-all toner, cleanser, and makeup remover. And it's got coconut water, it's got algae, it has no fragrance in it, which is nice, and it's just nice, gentle toner, makeup remover, whatever. So this is one you'll probably want to rinse. Otherwise, vitamin E is in there, and yeah, there we go. So it's a nice, affordable one, and it's Versed is a great brand, so I really like Versed. Okay, 2 more that I recommend, and then to the ones I disliked. Sensibio Soothing Makeup Removing Milk. So this is in the Sensibio line, which is for sensitive skin, and it's a milky version, and it is thicker. It's almost like it got a creamier texture to it. Let's see. There we go. So it's almost like a milk. This one actually works better if you just smooth it over skin and then pat it off with like a washcloth or something. And mineral oils in here, vitamin E. It's for sensitive skin, and I also find this line works as well for dry skin too. So this one's worth checking out, and it feels nice and soothing on skin. And then last but not least, the Garnier Milky Micellar Cleansing Water, which contains Panthenol and betaine. It's similar. It's got the milky, thicker texture to it. This one, for some reason, Garnier, I think they have 6 different micellar cleansers in the U.S. This, for some reason, is not one that is ever advertised or sold. This one I picked up from Care2 Beauty. So I don't know why, but anyway, there's some reason, or it's just not very popular here. Okay, and then the ones I disliked. Sorry, I know it's very long. I have a lot of micellar cleansing waters. Okay, the ones I didn't like. The Bioderma Hydrobio Milk. I thought I was going to love this one because, again, it's got the milky texture. However, the fragrance in this one is over the charts. I could not get past it at all. So I probably used this one once and never again. So sad, but it's just too fragrant. Next up, another Bioderma one. See, they have some great ones. They have some ones I just didn't like. The Sebum Micellar Cleanser. This was another one. So it's meant to absorb oil because it contains zinc and copper to help fight breakouts in oil production. But this one also has a whole ton of fragrance in it, and it is scented. Not as scented as the other one, but it is still strongly scented. Next up, the CeraVe Hydrating Micellar Water. I liked everything about this one except for the fact that it stung my eyes. I'm not exactly sure what specific ingredient in here stung my eyes, but something in here irritated my eyes. And after I did a month testing it, I never used it again. Last from Bioderma, their Hydrobio Micellar Water. This one, again, has very strong fragrance in it that I didn't like. So, yeah, very strongly scented. And then last but not least, this little one surprised me. I thought I was going to like this one. The Bonjour Green Tea Cleansing Water. I didn't love it. It has a light scent to it. It's not super strong. It's light, but it's still there, and it's still noticeable, and I just didn't like that. When I have all these other good ones, why would I go with one I just kind of like? So, anyway, that's my collection of micellar waters. It's out of control. It's out of control. And this doesn't even add the ones I've finished over the years. But anyway. Interested hearing from you guys if you have a favorite micellar water. What is it? Or a favorite cleansing toner or whatever you want to call it. Leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys. And stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. It's a whole ton of micellar cleansers. And you're not going to take it from me. Whoa, I'm losing them now. Don't lose them. Okay.